Welcome to Raw Online Teaching Program. I am Dr. Monica, your Pediatric faculty. Today's video session is a shorter video mainly focusing on the stages of retinopathy of prematurity. Retinopathy of prematurity, as already you will be knowing, which is the main risk factor for the preterm babies. Okay, that too particularly this retinopathy of prematurity develops in the immature retina. It develops in the immature retina. That too in particularly the babies who are all less than 32 weeks or whose weight is less than 1.5 kilogram or at a higher risk of developing retinopathy of prematurity. And one more thing is poor weight gain. This also indicates the severe ROP. Okay, so these are all the high risk factors regarding retinopathy of prematurity. Why you need to know about ROP? Because timely intervention and treatment will definitely prevent the child from becoming future blind. So that is why you need to know about the ROP screening and its importance. So coming to the classification and definitions of ROP. So based upon the international classification of ROP, that is ICROP guidelines, it is basically divided into 4 components. The classification based upon the 4 components. The first one is the location. So based upon where the retinopathy of prematurity, that is ROP, is being located, and based upon the severity and based upon the extent of the disease, and fourth one is the presence of plus disease. So under these 4 components, the ROP is being classified and put under categories. So regarding location, if you see, mainly how far the retinal blood vessels has been progressed. It depends upon the progression of retinal blood vessels. So for example, if you take one eye, that is the right eye if you are taking, this is, here is an optic nerve, the center one is an optic nerve, and here it is a macula. One second, I'll just draw it bigger. And so if you are examining a child, so it will be like this, and here the center one is optic nerve and here is a macula. Okay, so based upon the progression of the retinal blood vessels, it is again classified into zone 1, zone 2 and zone 3. Okay, zone 1 is nothing but the optic nerve at the center with half the radius of the distance from the optic nerve and the macula on both the sides. So this is considered to be zone 1. And zone 2, if you see, medially it is the to the medial side of ora serrata, and temporally it is the, again it is half the distance. It is twice the distance as from the medial on the temporal side. So this is zone 2. And zone 3 is, there is no medial part, it is only the ora serrata up to the temporal side. So this is zone 3. So zone 1, as from the figure itself you will be knowing, zone 1 is more severe compared to zone 3. So based upon the progression of the retinal blood vessels, it is again classified into 3 zones. And severity, actually it tells about the stage of the disease, whether the disease stage is at the minimal level or at the maximal level. So the severity means it tells about the stage of the disease. Stage of the disease is again, stage 1 means there is only a simple white line which is act as a demarcation line between the vascular and avascular retina. Vascular and avascular retina. Okay, this is stage 1. And stage 2, it is seen as a ridge. That is, this white line which is demarcating the vascular and avascular has become a fibrovascular tissue. forming a ridge like. So it is stage 2. Stage 3 is nothing but it is extending into the vitreous. Extending into the vitreous is stage 3. And stage 4 is again classified into 4A and 4B based upon the involvement of the macula. So 4A, in both the things there will be partial retinal detachment will be there, but either macula is not involved and macula is involved. So based upon that it is staged as 4A and B, and stage 5 is the complete retinal detachment. Complete retinal detachment. So based upon the severity. So based upon the location that is progressing of the retinal blood vessels, it is zone 1, zone 2 and zone 3. And based upon the severity, which decides the stage of the disease, starting from stage 1 to stage 5, which is the complete retinal detachment. So this is the order. So if you study in this manner, it will be easy to remember it.